from me.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think we look past Seattle. I think we were like, oh, we got this game. They cannot do nothing to us. You know what I mean? And we look down on the competition.
Yep.
And what I mean by that, we were riding high, flying high, and they lost 3 games back to back.
Yep.
So we were like, oh, we got them.
We got this. We
got this. They won't do nothing.
Yeah.
Well, y'all watch the game. They did everything they wanted to.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Hey, man, we're going to meet y'all at Magic City after the game.
Right.
Let me go ahead.
Lemon pepper wings on me.
Yeah, let's do that. And you know what? To the Seahawks' credit, they said, not today.
Right. They're like, you know what? Y'all feel recognized.
You going to learn today.
You're going to learn who we is.
I guess we did. Miss Lisa Shepard, you were there at the game as you are a season ticket holder, been one for a long time, and thank you for that. Do you feel like the Falcons came out flat, like they came out like we got this? Give us your thoughts. You were there at the game. How did it feel to you?
Yeah, I think maybe can you move that comment so my hey y'all. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, let's not cover up Lisa's face, for God's sakes. Come on. You can cover mine up.
It was weird, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it, and the play of the team fell off. And honestly, for me, for the first time this season, the energy in the bench felt a little off. I don't know why. Yeah. But Rob did actually say himself in the post-game presser that he felt like the team came out flat.
Yep.
But it's not, I mean, saying that, but not really putting a finger on why. Like, why would you? Like, this was our opportunity to make it 4 in a row, four losses for the Seahawks.
Yep.
I don't, we're not in a position to overlook anybody. You know what I'm saying? So that performance was, I mean, nobody. I mean, I would say Bijan was the one bright spot, perhaps, but it just, I mean, because I remember seeing a tweet from Tori McElhaney. She said this was the first time this season that the Falcons couldn't bail out the Falcons, meaning, you know, we've had games where it seemed like the defense, you know, bailed out the offense. We've had games where the offense bailed out the defense. Special teams, none of the phases, you know, bailed us out. And it was truly, as you said in the slide here, an uninspired performance. And now we got to go down to Tampa. You know, they're going to be hungry. I know they're down, you know, a couple of their star players, but we can't overlook them either. We can't be like, oh, you know, we got that. No, we cannot. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really follow Tampa like that, but I did talk to a Bucks fan. And even though, you know, there is no replacing, you know, Evans and Godwin, he's confident in their backups. And he said they performed well previously. So it wasn't like, you know, he was like, yeah, y'all got this game. No, he was just like, I'm okay with, I mean, not that he's okay with the injuries, but he has confidence in the backup. So I just hope our team is ready Sunday. You know, having 5 wins versus four wins, it's going to make a big difference in the division, right? So what are your thoughts, Terry?
Look, Lisa, I agree with you. You know, and let, you know what? I don't want to be judgmental because number one, this happens in a season, right? Look, we all go to work. Some days you have it, some days you don't. Right now, unfortunately, we still have to perform, but I got to be honest. You know what I mean? You guys can see my setup here behind me. There's some days I log on and I'm like, oh my God, I hate this job. I don't want to do it. I don't hate my job. I hope you know that, guys. I don't hate my job. Okay,
Terry's job. He does not hate you.
but there are some days you're not feeling it. You know what I mean?
But the whole team not feeling it at the same time.
Oh, I'm gonna get there. Let me get there.
That's a bad day. And you're right, and maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
So you had a bad day. You took your one down. You let DK run up and down.
Yeah.
James Walker pass.
Hey,
Pass.
I love it.
You freestyling? You free this off the dome?
We didn't know he could do that. We didn't know that was a talent of yours, C-Dub. You've been holding back.
Look, I'm a DJ. I'm supposed to know some music.
You know what? He's a DJ. I didn't. He's a DJ, so you know that's his thing.
Oh, okay.
So sorry about that, guy. Let me get out of here. Sorry about that. All right, so let's talk about the defense, right?
Well, I wanted to hit up on some stuff because I haven't went and I wanted to talk on this because
go ahead.
Y'all heard Jimmy Lake, our very passionate defensive coordinator. When I think of defense, I need somebody with some edge. I need somebody that's intense, right? Especially if you have a coach like Ra. Ra's cool. Ra's going to be your guy, all right? He's kind of Mr. I can't do wrong. But you got to have a defense or somebody that's, hey, come on. Now, my thing is this. If I'm a coach, I don't want to BS my fans. Anytime, especially after a loss, I'm going to go, look, we're going to look at what we have. And our goal is to improve this roster every day. Not just this roster, but the scheme. We got to figure out what we're doing wrong, why we can't get to these quarterbacks. And everything's on the table. If it's me, I got to fix it. I got to fix it. I got to fix my scheme. I got to come up with something. I got to make sure I got my guys doing what's right for them. All right? I don't want to hear my defensive coordinator tell me, we stay in the course. You know, if you're looking at stats, we're looking at wins. Bro, you don't even have enough scruff under your neck to tell me that. Okay? Kirby Smart over in Georgia.
C-Dub, are you saying he's not a member of the Beard Gang?
No, he's definitely not a member of the Beard Gang. I revoke his beard. He ain't got a beard in my eyes. I will call Ryan Nielsen. At least he has a creepy mustache. That will qualify until he could just puff that thing out.
Got a porn stash? Is that what you're saying? He's got a porn stash?
No. There's stages. You got the porn stash, but then you got the creepy stash. He's way too creepy, especially if you watch him. He looks so sad, and with the mustache, it's just creepy. It really is. It's almost like you want to hug him, but you don't because of the 10 feet rule. But honestly, though, this game was in doubt as soon as they hit hike. As soon as they kicked that ball off. Look, Lisa, you're a season ticket holder. How many times have you ever seen our team have 3 false starts in a row?
That was wild. I was like, what are you guys doing? Like,
it was our veterans. It wasn't even rookies. That's what I'm saying. It's like I was trying to tell people. It's like, so I made the statement that in the press conference that Raheem had with Jimmy Lake, how they were just like, hey, we got this. The defense, is coming along great. And I was like, I feel like we lost this press conference, but lost this game because of overconfidence. And you saw the game unfold. And look, I know we're all going to have different opinions when it comes to the offense. Bijan was cooking. Mm-hmm. The man was, in other ways also, it wasn't like he was cooking before. He was cooking with patience. He was cooking with waiting for the hole to develop and then going. They weren't prepared for that. And for Zach Robinson to go away from that for 3 straight pass attempts and you don't get anything, it's mind-boggling. So this is a game. It's like this. Terry said we expected a game like this to happen. I expected a loss. I didn't expect us to literally just look at a team and go, we got this. And I hate to say it, because the way everything was lined up, Seattle was a last-place team. And what have I always said? The Falcons, when they go against a last-place team, they go on this cruise control. Now, luckily, they didn't do it with Carolina, but here we are. And there's a few more games that's going to be like this. I'm not going to lie, guys. The game that I don't even want to think about is the Giants game with that pass rush. because we got Kurt who ain't gonna run but 2 steps and then he gone. And I don't mean gone like running. I'm talking down on the ground. So, but yeah, this game was mind-bogglingly aggravating. But then now hearing the coaches speaking, I don't know what I'm more mad at now. The fact that we played like that, or I don't know if we're going to play like it again because of that kind of – it's like I get it, Rod. You're trying to have a different attitude. But, bro, look – like someone said, he's looking at it like he still has the Los Angeles Rams defense. Bro, did you not see? You don't have Aaron Donald. You don't have Von Miller. And you don't have Jalen Ramsey. Did you do the check? I mean, I'm asking. I know you saw Bijan. I know you saw Kyle Pitts. You didn't say it. But I could show you pictures of Grady and Aaron, and we could figure out who looks like who. So, yeah, we can keep talking. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys discussed it already, but that TD right before the half, I was livid. Yeah. Like, I was like, how you give that up?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That was awful.
There were 2 turning points in the game, Lisa. Thank you for bringing it up. Before we get into it, just want to highlight some folks right quick. 3 Dirty says, "What's up, Wallace?" Ron says we need some dogs on defense. I agree. Nando, Miss Lisa's made the whole thing. The whole team didn't want to come out. Chase says, "Guys, bad games happen, regenerates. Let's rise up." Coming off 3 straight dubs, 1 loss won't make us or break us. All right, so we're caught up. Sorry about that. All right, so Lisa, thank you for bringing that up. I think that if there were 3 gotchas or 3 turning points in the game, first would be the missed field goal by Koo. Seems to have trouble from that left hash mark. I don't know what that is. Typically when he kicks it, it will veer to the right. Every now and then it won't. And when it doesn't, if he's kicking from the left hash mark, he's not going to make it. So, Cool.
It was a 54-yarder. Let's also remember that. I mean,
Well, you know what? 54 yards. It's not the 50-yarders that give him trouble. It's typically the ones in the 40s.
That's true. I was trying to be nice because I look, when you deliver so much from 54 or 50 plus, in my mind, I go, you can't always expect that to happen. You kind of have to know there's going to be some that's not going to make it. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. He's got to figure that out. Then, like Lisa said, the touchdown in the last waning seconds, that cannot happen. You are in a prevent cover 2. That cannot happen. That lack of communication between the defense, that's not knowing where to go. That cannot happen. Those 2 right there, because if you look at that, that's a 7-point swing, right? We're either lead or tied with them going into halftime, and that could make a difference. All right. Now, those to me were the turning points in the game, because at that point, once we came out, they scored. We came out in the second half and we scored our typical touchdown. We did our thing. We came out in the second half like, hold on, guys, we're the Falcons. Hold up. We went down, we scored. It's 17-14. And then the Seahawks did the unthinkable. They came down and scored again. Right?
Yep.
Which is weird because, our guys are looking at each other like, that's not in the script. Hold on. That's not what we do here.
What?
As they're kicking the exploit, they're all looking at the script.
Yeah. We typically hold them to 10 points. And what the hell, man? That's not supposed to happen. Like, we're in shock, and then we get desperate. And then the turnovers, right? But to me, those were the turning points in the game. Now, to C-Dub's point, I see your point, C-Dub. I do. But I don't honestly think he should go away from the defense at this point. What I think we should do is get a pass rusher or 2.
No, I know he's not going to go away. I'm just stating keep going, and I'll explain what I've been trying to say.
And again, C-Dub, just expressing my opinion, not attacking you. I can totally.
I got you.
What I'm saying is, even if you look at the stats last week, right? Our defense gave up 10 points in the second half because the offense gave them a touchdown on that fumble. So if you really look at it, our defense didn't perform that bad. Now, could we have been better? 100%. But guys, you're deluding yourself if you ever think we're going to be the 2000 Ravens. We're not. Okay, we are bend don't break, and we're going to be that way until next year, unless we go out and get some studs on that defensive line. That's the way it's going to be, guys. Ron, you look like you got something you want to say. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. What got me with DK Metcalf had AJ Terrell.
Yeah.
With one hand. AJ looked like a kid at the playground, like
he did.
Leave me alone. Get off of me.
He did. He's Sunday.
I like.
Yeah. And then there was that play where it was an ugly pass, and because I think there was a flea flicker or some sort of trick play, they throw the pass, and AJ doesn't know where the ball is. And if it's one hole in his game, he doesn't track the ball well when covering a guy. You got to be able to turn around and find that ball. As ugly as that pass was, you should have either been able to intercept it or knock it down because you were closer to it, and you got to be able to do that. So that's kind of
isn't that defense 101? Aren't you supposed to track the ball and not the player?
Yeah,
I mean, well,
it depends on if you're running with them. Like, so it's kind of a thing. If you're a defender, you can't let your guy outrun you. But what they teach you to do is watch his eyes, watch his arms, and if you see him begin to move or anything, get your head around. Right? And he had enough time to get his head around. He just,
I thought so too.
Just couldn't do it. So, he's got to be better at that. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead.
But that been his game forever. Like, I seen that in college. That's how he played. He played like, I can track the man down, but not the ball. That been his problem since college. And he always have a hard time with taller and bigger wide receivers.
Yeah. He has.
Yeah.
So, all right. So since Ron's bringing this up, let me bring this up. Raheem is not a first-year coach, as in this isn't his first go-round. All right. He's an experienced coach. All right. So now you get this chance. And you decided on Jimmy Lake, Zach Robinson, two unproven coordinators. They were assistant coaches to the point they were not in charge of anything. And now they are. So guess what? This is so new to them. Why couldn't you get an experienced offense coordinator like, I don't know, Byron Leftwich, Jim Caldwell? Why couldn't you go talk to Steve Weiss? Have them there. Then you would put Jimmy Lake, Zach Robinson right underneath them, so that if the team goes well, like everybody thought they would, those coaches could get an opportunity. And then you could bring up Zach and Jimmy, because now they've seen how it's done. And that's the problem, I think. Now, are you going to be able to get rid of Jimmy? I don't know. I mean, here's the thing, guys. Remember, Dan Quinn relieved his defensive coordinator how many times? And even fired himself a couple of times. What? So what I'm saying is, when it comes to saving your butt, loyalty's out the window. And I can't see how Jim can be proud of this defense. This defense is averaging a sack a game. And, you keep people go, well, sacks aren't that important. Guys, if you sack somebody on third down, that series is over. You could hold on. If sacks isn't important, tell me then how did we beat the Buccaneers? Because we did make a sack, pushed them out of field goal range, and we were able to kick a field goal to get into overtime. We don't do that until we get that holding call / sack. So that's what I'm bringing up, is that it helps. And not only that, it gets the defense excited. It keeps them engaged in the game. And I'm going to go here. If this keeps going, man, if I'm Judon, I'm just going to, it's like the Falcons going to need to, sign him just for, hey, we're sorry that we made you the pinata of the defensive line because we gave you no help. We left you on the curb by yourself, and you can still get the pass rush. But hey, try to go around free agency with those 2 sacks. Let's see how many people sign you. I mean, that's wrong. They did that wrong, man. You look.
Oh, wow.
I loved it because I said, "Ooh, Judon and Grady, they're going to get pressure no matter what." Grady's not getting pressure, guys. That's the other thing. So yeah, we've got to look for some. And I always said, make a call. Just make a call. I'm not saying give everything away. I'm saying make a call. See who's available. Find out. And then when you do, then you've got to make that decision. Do we need to trade somebody? Get like a Harold Landry from the Titans over here. I mean, it's whoever you think it's affordable for you. But I will say, don't tell us, oh, well, we want to be careful with our draft picks. You drafted Michael Penix 8 overall instead of a defensive tackle or a defensive end. You cannot have that excuse. You chose a quarterback to sit on the bench. And that's just the way it is. Look, I get it. He's but he's not getting to the quarter. And look, if we're going to criticize Judon for not getting to the quarterback, why can't we look at Grady and go, why aren't you getting there? By the way, Grady's been here how many years, and he has had the same problem too. I mean, it was Grady going, same stuff, same year. So that's where I'm saying. What I'm talking about is how Grady has seen this effect. And it wears on a defensive player, especially if you can't get the job done. So that's where we're at. That's all I'm trying to say. Oh, my Lord. Another one.
Ryan the historian.
I actually can't hear y'all. Hold up.
Uh-oh. I got to do that again.
Let me step out and step back in because I actually can't hear you guys.
Okay. Sorry about come on back, Ryan.
Yeah, come on.
We'd love to have you, bro.
Yeah.
Love to have you. Yeah, so Ryan's going to come in and talk about duties of a cornerback while passes in the air.
Yeah. And look, I agree with what y'all are saying. When the ball's up in the air, you got to get it.
What?
Yeah.
I played corner and wide receiver. So that the first thing my defensive coordinator told me.
Yeah.
Track down the ball.
Yeah.
He was like, make sure the ball, if you see the ball, catch it or hit it out of bounds or something.
Yeah. All right, Ryan, welcome back. How you doing, brother?
I had a quick second. I wanted to stop through for a sec. What's up?
Hey, man.
Oh.
Hey, man. As always, we're glad to see you, man. So, Ryan, talk us through that play, right, where the ball's in the air forever. Talk us through what AJ should have done. You're a technician. You're a historian. You played ball.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was a corner and a safety, so it's a little bit more complicated than what folks think. It's not you just playing. It's not you just sitting there playing the ball. First off, you have to also go off of how he's lined up. That's the first thing. If he's lined up on the outside or whatnot, 9 times out of 10 he's gonna have a route that's going to be inside of that corner shoulder. If he's lined up outside, some receivers can disguise it very well where they line up on the inside and you think they're going out and they come in. Now, AJ's playing 5 yards off. Let's get this straight. And it's not just him, Mike Hughes as well. We're playing a soft coverage with this defense. That's the problem. We're not playing fit man up because the way that the defense has been designed, when you look at dime packages, you look at nickel packages, it's not just us. You can look in college football, you look at it in high school football, it's all around. Guys don't play bump and run anymore. So you're giving up half of a first down every time you're doing that. And especially if you have a big guy like a DK Metcalf or a Mike Evans or whatnot, they already know how to use their bodies to be able to shield you away from the ball. AJ's already at a size disadvantage. You take him out, you take his advantages away when you have him line up 5 yards off and he can't get hands on. So, I mean, when you look at it, the play that ball was in the air for the longest or whatnot, AJ just didn't play DK perfectly because easily could have made a play on the ball. It's a lot easier said than done.
Okay.
As a DB, the main thing you're looking at waist. If you ever notice, every DB is down this way and they're lined up this way, and they always have a slight slant. The reason being, they're looking at that midsection. The gut never lies. Those hips and the guts tell you exactly where they're going. But a lot of defensive backs get caught peeking in the backfield, worrying about mobile quarterbacks, which Geno is. But for the most part, fundamentally, you're supposed to break a receiver down. You learn that at Pop Warner level. They teach you this, but a lot of guys forget those techniques that you have when it comes to those intricacies. The sideline is pretty much another defender. You have 12 men on the field, period. None of our cornerbacks ever use the sideline. The only person I've seen use that sideline since he's been here has been Jesse Bates. He understands it. You gotta realize, whether you're a safety or whether you're a cornerback, that sideline is your best friend, because if a wide receiver steps out, he can't touch the ball. So that's the reason I say, if you have guys playing up on these receivers, you have a better chance of eliminating them out of a play. So that's pretty much what I got on that one. He just misplayed that ball and had bad technique on it. That's what happened on that play. But it's a lot more than just getting beat on the pass. Yeah. Because AJ is a technician. He struggles against wide receivers that are physical or wide receivers that are very good route runners.
Yeah.
Those are the two things he struggles with.
So, Ryan, as the ball's in the air, right? So let's look at the last 3-4 seconds of that play, right? AJ's running with him stride for stride, right? Is there anything AJ can do about him making a sudden stop? Is there a certain point when running side by side that you turn your head? Because a lot of times when you turn your head, the receiver can outrun you. Like, take me through that. What would have been ideal? He's running stride for stride with him. What would have been ideal in that scenario?
AJ should have been in his hip pocket. If you ever ran track, or you've ever heard a coach say that, as a cornerback, you're a thief. That's pretty much what you are, a wide receiver with no hands. So when you look at a guy that's running a go route like he did in that play, AJ should have not let him get on the inside, because with a big body receiver like DK, if you let him get on the inside of you while you're trying to cover, it's a done deal. Because what he can do, if you remember, DK shielded him off and turned inside of him. You're beat right there. Okay. That's why I was saying he should have been using the sideline on that play.
Gotcha.
Because he didn't use the sideline. He pretty much was beat when he gave up the inside. You're not going to stop a man that's 235 pounds, 240, that runs a 4.4, and he literally can dunk a basketball and jump out of a gym. Yeah. You're not going to stop that.
Okay. Nope. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for explaining that. We appreciate that. And that's why we got Ryan on the show right here, Mr. Ryan, the historian.
They had like 4 people there too in that one play.
Yeah, he did. But look at guys. Ryan, next topic. Let's look at the defense. This sack issue, right? And I'll open it up to the panel. Guys, what are we gonna do? At this point, I kind of feel like we have to go and get somebody, right? Is it? And I keep hearing this term. Is it X's and O's or Jims and Joes? Right?
It's
like,
both.
Both. Yeah.
Both. You got to get somebody, and then you have to change the scheme, because our defense is not built for a 4-3. I'm sorry. Our defense isn't built for a 3-4. We're built for a 4-4 or a 4-3 defense because of the personnel that we have. So when you change that defense like that, you don't have somebody that's big enough to play that one technique. I'm sorry. Right. Even Eddie Goldman's been getting manhandled. So again, if you don't have a Vita Vea type of guy or Aaron Donald, it's not going to work.
Sorry, and Grady can't do that, man.
Can you realistically change up a defense in the middle of a season?
Yeah, because we do run a 4-3. We got packages out of a 4-3 defense.
Okay.
So you can. Because here's the thing. Offenses change their schemes in the middle of the season. That's why if you ever look at that playbook is literally about that thick. So you can definitely change around the plays for these guys and put those guys in position to make plays. Our defense just has an inexperienced defensive coordinator that doesn't understand the concept of I need to lean on Jerry Gray, who's got over 30 years of experience all as a former player, position coach, and as a former defensive coordinator. You're a first-time coach. I said this last night on the Birdcage. Raheem should have brought these young coaches in as assistant coordinators, not head coordinators. You have to bring in the old school cats like a Steve Wilkes, or you promote Jerry Gray, and you let this guy pretty much say, hey, I'm gonna let you put together the game plan this week. We're gonna go over. Look, I'm gonna let you make the calls, but my decision is gonna be the final one. That's how you groom an assistant coach like a Jimmy Lake or even a Zach Robinson, because you have to understand analytics can go but so far. A lot of these guys don't know how to coach the game anymore, and it's just like players. A lot of players don't understand the fundamentals because they're taught grass lane assignments or they're taught different assignments. They're not taught the game anymore. So it's a mixture of both.
So Ryan, real quick. So given what Jimmy Lake said, how did that make you feel? Are we in trouble, or what do you expect since he said he's not changing anything regarding scheme?
I got a question for you. Would you trust Al Sharpton with your retirement money?
Hell no.
Oh no!
I got about $5.
I'm asking, would you trust him with your retirement money? That's all I need to know. 401k retirement, would you trust him?
I don't know that many folks.
That right there just answered your question of what you just asked me. I wouldn't trust that dude, because at this point, you lost your job at Washington because of the same issues, your pride. That's and I heard Ron say that earlier, and it's the honest to God truth. That's the reason why Kalen DeBoer got that job at Washington, because he got fired. Everybody talks about that situation with their kid on the sideline. That was just an excuse to get him out of the door. He already was getting ready to get put out. Yeah. So at this point, arrogance has to be put aside, and you have to start trusting the people that are in the room with you. Jerry Gray is trusted by the defense because he's already proven from last year and his reputation. Jimmy Lake is the new kid on the block. He has to earn his stripes. So again, I can't trust a guy who is not leaning on the veteran in that locker room.
All right, guys, I got to do some housekeeping. Sorry about that. Chase, Brady's the only one that's been consistent, bro. He's the only one filling the gaps. Chase also says Grady's game has never been that style. Bodie's best says, "What's up, family? What's up, Bodie?
What's up, Bodie?
Hey, Bodie.
Bodie. Show says he's the bull rush from the middle.
Okay.
Nando says, family, if we was in win now mode, then can these picks and get Crosby or Garrett? Otherwise, stop selling sales hopes and capping to your own fan base. Woo! Nando's not happy. Christy Lucas says, happy Falcons Friday. What's going on, Christy?
I like that jacket.
I know. That's right.
Yeah, that's what's up. And Strapped Up 24 says, that's what I said. Bring in Steve Wilkes or promote Gray to DC. All right, guys. We are all caught up. Gosh darn it, William Amy. And now here comes William. Richie Grant starting this week. Oh, is he?
Mr. FMLA.
Is Simmons hurt?
Simmons was questionable. I think he's a game time decision, I thought.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I mean,
I get it.
You know,
no, that makes sense. That makes sense. I get it. So, guys, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, right? And I hear it, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I want to. So, you know, so many folks are saying, let's go and get a pass rusher. Let's go and get a pass rusher. But our defense typically gives up 23, at most 27 points. Even last week, our defense only gave up 10 points in the second half, right? So, yeah, we do bend but don't break. We got caught with our pants down a little bit last week. Really, to me, it was a combination of we gave up a touchdown in the second half, and we came out and could not keep up with them and panicked a little bit in the second half. The defense in the second half only gave up 10 points, right? So bend don't break. I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. It's kind of working, right? So I'm throwing it out here just for devil's advocate's sake, right? Guys, if we don't give up that fumble, right? You could argue that the offense doesn't panic and maybe Kirk doesn't throw those 2 interceptions. If a trade is not out there, right? Because you can try all you want to. I don't know that I'm one of those F those picks. Give them all. Give them the next 2 years. Do what you got to do, because what if you do that and it doesn't make a difference? Now you're out of picks, right? So I'm just being devil's advocate here. If we don't make a trade for a significant pass rusher, do you guys feel like we still make the playoffs, or are we dead in the water? And let's see, Ron, I'll start with you. How you feeling about it?
Me, I always say we need to get a pass rusher. If we change the attitude we got on the defensive line, attitude matter in the NFL.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Tell them, Ron.
If you act like a lab, you're going to play like a lab. If you act like a pit bull off a leash, then don't nobody want the F with you. You see what I'm saying? That matters, in my opinion. I always been like, forget those pits, F those pits. Because when the last time we had a top pass rusher on the team, a legit one? Who?
Abraham.
Bingo.
Father Abraham.
How long that been?
Forever ago. Forever.
Okay.
Since even before the 2000s, sir.
Okay. I rest my case.
C-Dub, how you feeling about it?
You're gonna tell me. We don't need you're playing devil's advocate, so I'm not like gonna super kick you. But you're telling me, before I RKO you, you're telling me we may not need a trade. That we have the Brendan don't break defense because it's working. And let me ask you, does pigs fly in your area? Because I need to know this. Because I'm going to tell you this. This is not decorations. This is not effect. This is called maybe over 20 years of Falcon fandom that I've lost my color of hair. All right. It's called I have been bamboozled. And I was having a lot of hope and a lot of desire for my team. And then I watch and I go, we are sorry. So all I'm saying is this. What does it, we are seeing a weakness. If we go in the playoff with this weakness, I don't care who it is. It could be Jalen Daniels. It could be Jalen Hurts. They will find a way to beat us, because if we're being this passe about pass rush and not letting our secondary even come up to bump or to even make plays, they're playing the safety routes. They're playing a shell. Ryan has brought this up on the Birdcage. Ron has brought this up on the eye test. We all have. What drives us nuts is it's not a bad thing to look at your team and go, guys, I think we need to improve. Mm-hmm. I think we need to get somebody. And then here's a little. Hey, Raheem, listen to the beard, because I'm going to give you a piece of free advice. It's free 99. All right. And looking at you, you probably like free. So look, Ra. Can I call you Ra? Bro, I need you to look at your players and put them in the best spots possible. I mean, I just saw someone saying Grady could bull rush. Grady's getting into wash, folks. I haven't seen Grady do anything. If we've seen Grady do something, it's usually on a running play, and it's usually very rare. I'm sorry. Grady hasn't been himself since the injury, and I hate to say it because I love Grady. I thought Grady and Judon were going to wreak havoc. Grady is not Aaron Donald. And we don't have Von Miller. And we don't have, Ramsey. and by the way, Ramsey's a little taller than AJ also, if I'm not mistaken. So,
a little heavier too.
Yeah, he's got a little bit more lead in that bucket. So, and he ain't all there either. Let's also remember that, because when Ron says he wants pit bulls, I agree. I'm sick and tired. And my last part about, well, what about our draft picks? Where have all our draft picks been playing? On the bench. D'Angelo Malone. Everybody wants to see him play. He can't get away from special teams. Brandon Dorless. He's on the interactive roster. Aruka Roro. Scooby-Doo's can't find him all the time because, he might have some snaps, but before he was on the inactive stuff. Casey Washington, man, he played maybe one game, but that's about it. So when I hear people say, what about our draft picks? What about them? Because they're using it like red shirts, like they're freshmen. All right, boys, stay back there and watch us play.
At least, how do you feel about it?
It had to be said.
Well, I think I'm torn between because I think maybe it was Ryan that mentioned it earlier. Do we really have the personnel to run the scheme? So in this current scheme, does bringing in one pass rusher really make a difference? So I'm leaning more towards let's go with bigger personnel on the front. I'm not really feeling the bend but don't break, because when you're playing the top tier teams in the playoffs, I just don't feel like it's gonna work. I just don't. You got to remember, we're coming up on halfway through the season and we are 4-3. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't give me confidence. Like, also given who we still have remaining on our schedule.
Right.
So I'm kind of leaning against you on this one, Terry.
It's all good. It's all good. Brother Ryan, how you feeling about it? Talk to me.
Can we get a big boy D tackle? That's one question I got to ask. Like, can we get Dexter Lawrence?
And that is, I love you guys, because that's what I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking, let's not only go and get a pass rusher, let's go and get a big ass boy. I mean, a big ass defensive lineman. Okay, like, yeah. I mean, this dude got to drive a truck. He can't drive a sport. He cannot drive a truck. Okay, his big ass will break every one of those. What do you call them? Bottom? No, not the tires. The shocks. As soon as he's sitting that boy, all the shocks are gone. I'm talking about somebody so big that when he get out of an SUV, the SUV goes. I mean, a big ass, right? We need to go and get one of those. To your point, because then you can plug up the middle. Now, I don't know who is available out there like that, but I agree, guys. We do. I mean, we need a big MFer, okay? If Jack was here, he'd say it. I'm working on my cousin. A real quick story. My best friend from high school, still my best friend, Lamar Johnson, his dad is a pastor, and his dad saw me on the show, and he was disappointed with me. And his dad is kind of like my dad, so I'm working on my cousin. So I'm going to say we need a big MFer, Mr. Johnson. But we need a big MFer, all right? I agree.
Look, I'm a black sheep. Yeah, I'm a black sheep of the family, so I'll say it. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, to answer your question, do you want me to tell you the truth or you want me to tell you a lie?
Brother, I always want the truth. I always want the truth. What you got?
You can't handle the truth.
Well, I'm that dude that as the people would say, God's still working on me. And if the preacher's watching, I'm gonna let you know right now, I'm a half-saved deacon in the church. I cuss. I'm a former veteran. I speak my mind when it comes to these Falcons. And at the end of the day, Noah was a drunk. Peter was a murderer. I know my Bible. I grew up in the church. David was a womanizer. So was Samson, and he led the nation. So guess what? Your leaders that you preach on Sunday weren't holy. So you got to give a little leeway with that one, Pastor. So the same lessons you teaching with folks or whatnot, you got to give them a little leeway.
You got to remember, if you're a Falcon fan, we need this.
But as a Falcon fan, I'm gonna go ahead and speak it.
That was not me. And yes, you'll see me on Sunday. Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I made sure my name is Ryan Walker, better known as the historian. So if you need to speak to me, you can. You might know my grandmother, Mary Vanderburg, used to be Mary Walker up in Atlanta. I got family all up and through there that grew up in the churches. So if you're looking for them, you'll find me. But getting to it like this here. I don't give a damn about who you bring in at this point.
Yes, come on.
I'm gonna tell you like this. If he ain't got his belly in a wheelbarrow and he ain't got no ankles and his back and the back of his arms look like Sister Bertha that be serving Sunday dinners at his church after service, I don't want him at that D tackle spot. Now, as for those picks, as for those picks, fuck them picks. And I'm saying that right now because at the end of the day, it's just like this. We're in win mode now. Terry Fontenot. Let's be real. Terry Fontenot does not have an extension on his contract right now.
Right.
A lot of people don't want to talk about this. Terry doesn't have an extension. You covering my face. I got to get my point out to the people.
All right, man. I was trying to make
No, it's cool. Let me know. I'll shut up when you want to put up a point. I keep quiet. But here's the thing. Terry doesn't have an extension right now. Yeah. Terry doesn't have a contract on the table. At this point, you got to put all your chips in because you're not guaranteed that Simmons is going to sign on next year. Right. You're not guaranteed that Judon is going to come back. So at this point, you've got to bring in all the heavy weapons at this point. Yeah. Because your job, technically, even though Arthur Smith was the man that was screwing up all the picks that everybody knows that Terry was handcuffed, him and Rich McKay, guess what? Now it's all on him.
Right.
He's done a masterful job in bringing in the pieces now. Here's the thing. He needs one or two more pieces at this point. So it's either you're trying to win now or you're going to have that same excuse because at the end of the day, you got your franchise quarterback already. What more do you need? You drafted majority of your defensive players in this draft. Mm-hmm. You got wide receivers on the bench. You are deep at that running back spot. You have offensive linemen. Now, I would say you might want to start looking for Caleb McGarry's replacement. You know, I'm at the point where we got to go ahead and replace the turnstile or put the or as we call him, Mr. Coleslaw, the side that everybody don't want in the garbage can or the garbage disposal. Woo! He got to be recycled. So at this point, because here's the thing, when Penix, think about it, when Kirk Cousins finally leaves, or God forbid, knock on wood, if he was to get hurt, guess what? Guess who's protecting Penix's blind side?
Lord,
think about that. So when you sit back and look at it, at this point, you got a veteran quarterback that has experience that the young buck doesn't have. You got to give him a defense so they can protect the lead because the offense is starting to finally figure out the passing game. Now, Zach Robinson got to get his head out his ass with the running game and use Tyler Algier a lot more. 4 carries ain't going to cut it. So all I'm saying is at this point, we need a pass rusher, but we also need somebody. If you're going to stay in this 3-4 defense, you got to get a D lineman that's going to plug it. But if you're not going to go that route, go ahead, get your rusher, get your edge rusher, shift them back down to a 4-4-4-3 and run base defense out of that for the rest of the year. You can still have your packages with the 3-4, but at the end of the day, you got to stop this damn run because everybody is running on this right now. Mm-hmm. So that's the truth. So that's the truth, the unheralded truth. What's your pastor's name?
Pastor Johnson. I call him Mr. Johnson though, because he's like
Mr. Johnson, better known as Pastor Johnson, Reverend Johnson. However we're gonna address you, sir. Guess what? The only way that you can stop all us Falcon fans from cussing is you putting some holy water and some good prayers on these boys and giving us a Lombardi trophy. So that's how that's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. And I mean that with all due respect. If I ever come to your church, I'm definitely gonna tip. I'm gonna tip the new building fund if you got one.
And I tease my friends. I'm like, I'm such a lady, but when football comes, man, listen, my mouth, because sitting in the bins, watching sometimes, you know, when things not going our way.
Look, the Falcons bring the devil out of you. I know. I'm living proof. Yeah.
No, you know what?
I could have been an evangelist, but then I got into football.
You
Y'all might
said
as well go ahead and cast me out because I'm getting ready to slide. I just had to come through and say what's up, man.
Hey,
Because
Ryan.
y'all doing a great job on this podcast right here. If you haven't hit the like button, go ahead and hit that like for these guys. They're putting in some work and they're doing their thing, growing rapidly at this point. So go ahead, don't be that guy. It's free 99 to hit that like button. If you're not gonna stay the whole time, don't be too cheap. Be cheap enough to where you can hit that button and slide up out of here with a discounted rate. Appreciate you having me on, man. Check us out on the Birdcage LLC Thursday nights, 8 p.m. You either get right or you get left. Prep party line benediction during the season on Sundays or whenever the Falcons play. We got interviews and we got a lot of guest collaborations, and we definitely got to get y'all back in the cage, man. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Definitely, Ryan. Thank you so much.
Ryan.
And,
thank you, Ryan.
Don't know, Ryan has a wealth of knowledge of the game, well beyond his years. So just appreciate Ryan coming on, man.
And is a grade A cusser. He is
Yes.
in his
Well,
cussing.
you know what? I am too. I'm working on it. Like I'm trying to be better. Look, I cussed yesterday. I probably cussed this morning.
It's football season. I let it go during football season.
Yeah. Look. We could try to not about 8 months in the year. We all try to live in a better mode, but once you got into football season and the draft, you're going to say some 4-letter words one way or another. It happens.
Yeah.
Hey, let me
I bet God's doing the same thing when he sees some of the drafts he sees.
don't you do that. Anyway, so let's get to this offense, guys. We got away from the run, and I really feel like in that second half, and I'd love to hear it, your thoughts on it. Lisa, you were there, so we can start with you. We kind of panicked when we got down 10 points, right? When they came back and scored that next touchdown, I felt like we panicked. Lisa, you were there. Give me your thoughts on that. And I'm talking in the second half, we came out, we got the touchdown. It's 17-14. Then they come back and they score a touchdown. I think they missed the extra point, but they're now up by 9 points. It felt like we panicked. You were there, Lisa. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I just don't understand why. I mean, again, when you say we panicked, did our OC panic? Because I still think we're not using Algier enough. And, for those that are that go to the games, Ryan Cameron always says after Algier has a run, give the ball to Tyler.
Yeah.
Like, what did he have? Like 4 runs that last game?
Yeah.
Way too few. Way too few. What was it? 4 or was it 3? I think it was like 35 yards total or something. But nonetheless, whatever the stats were, I agree. I mean, yes, Bijan, he had some great stats, but I just don't understand why he's not using Algier more. I still don't. And I think a lot of us have been saying that, the whole season. Use them both. Yes, Bijan is the star. We get it. But my goodness, Algier, and I feel like Algier has more yards per run than Bijan. I mean, Bijan had the ball, 21 times? And Algier 3 or something like that. I was like, that's not balanced enough.
Algier had 5 carries for 36 yards.
5 carries, and Bijan had 21.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you guys think, are we using Bijan because he's the star RB, or I personally feel like we should be using Algier for?
In my opinion, I think Bijan and Michael Jackson.
All right, now I got you know what? Look.
Bingo. Bingo. You get it. You get it.
You go ahead.
Algier and Tito. Bingo. You get it.
Ron, I'm gonna.
I don't know, man.
Wait a minute. I finna go somewhere with this. But before Michael Jackson came along, it was all about Tito, right?
Yep.
Bijan. Okay, Michael Jackson came.
Wait.
Bijan.
What did you just say?
I said Bijan is Michael Jackson.
You said before Michael Jackson came along, it was
Tito.
Tito was the star before Michael Jackson. I did
on
not
the guitar. If you watch the movie, the guitar.
Lord. Yeah, that's true.
I did not know. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Holy crap.
It was Tito.
The more you know.
Remember.
I gotta look that up. Wow.
Remember, Tito was messing with his father's
guitar and he broke it. Right.
Right, he broke it. And the father said, you better play it. If you don't, I will beat you.
Yeah. So it's almost
Think about it.
I feel like Algiers is the foundation and Bijan's the star, but again, I want more balance. I mean, that's my personal opinion about it.
Hi. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be the heel now because I'm going to give you Tyler Algiers his next stats, all right? The next few games, all right? He's going to average 500 touches because he's going to get 500 yards and 300 yards receiving, 250 catching. Look, I love Tyler. Sometimes you got to give the hot hand the ball, which was Bijan at that game. Now, I have no problem with Tyler Algier getting the ball, okay? When he got the ball in Carolina, it's like he was crushing it because of the fact he was the hammer nailing down that defense, okay? So that's what, I like that. That's kind of what I would have done. All right. I'm the same guy that says I want Algier in the backfield. I want Bijan in the backfield. I want either Bijan or Algier to go out in the slot, whatever, or maybe offset. See what the defense is, how they're going to respond to whoever moves. Because if it's Bijan, two guys are going to follow him somehow. If they do, now you have the mismatches you could do. My problem is people want to get mad at Bijan when he's not coaching the offense. Now, here's the thing, too, that people have to remember. Yes, Tyler was here. Yes, Tyler got the 1,000 yards first. Got you. Great points. I got it. Everybody gets a cookie. Now, the next thing, though, here's the problem. Your GM picked Bijan Robinson 8 overall. When you could have had Jalen Carter, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the fact that you got Bijan. And when that draft had running backs also. But they wanted Bijan. They liked his, excitement, his jukes, he had that flair. And yes, he had that personality where everyone would love him. Now, all I'm saying is in that Seattle game, I saw him run differently. It's the patience. He let the hole open, then he went. He didn't just run and get gang tackled. That's something that you gotta really be excited about. The other part,
CDouble, not to cut you off. Not only that, but he created something. There were two plays specifically where it snuffed out, and he turned it the opposite way. And I think one of them he got like 15 or 20 yards. So he literally made something out of nothing. To your point, go ahead.
And not just that, he's improved in the catching game, in the receiving game. He's also improved on the pass blocking. Guys, he's not afraid to tackle somebody.
Yes.
He's not afraid. He's looking at Kirk Cousins like, "Hey, you my Happy Meal. I ain't gonna let no one take my fries." He's trying to deplete somebody.
That's a good point. That's a very
so when you're down by the number of points we were down, guess who's going to probably stay in the game more? It's going to be Bijan. Now, do I agree that Tyler should have only gotten 5? Heck no. Tyler should, but that's why I was so mad about the offense. You started throwing the ball. You got away from Bijan and Tyler. They're like looking at each other going, Tyler probably looking at Bijan like, look, you were cooking. Why are you over here with me? I don't know, dog, but Zach thought it'd be a better idea for us to hang out together.
Right.
Okay, well, you want
to dominoes on the side.
I mean, I was waiting for it too. They both be, and then someone says, "Oh, y'all need to play." Oh, about time. But
the other thing, sorry, CDouble. The other thing is Bergeron went out with a concussion. And you really saw when that happened, the pass rush for Seattle began to get home. Right? You got to figure the backup guard isn't going to know all of the blocking assignments. He's not going to know all of the audibles. He may know some of it, but you're talking live fire. It's very difficult to come in there and be ready for that. And they did blitz and they did get home. So there is that, but it just felt like to your point, we got away from the run and we're only down 9 points, right?
Yeah.
So, and again, I don't know if the guard wasn't a great run blocker. I don't know why we did that.
Well, we had Henson out there, and then we had Hennessy out there. Now, Troy's supposed to be playing, or Bergeron's supposed to be playing.
Right.
And, he's back. And I think Hennessy's going to be our center. That's what I was reading. So I'm intrigued by that. I don't ever want to see Hitton on our line ever again. I'll deal with Thorne Norton. I'll deal with anybody else. Just can we just give Hinton, just tell him just to go somewhere else so he's never near the bench, because he scares me.
And maybe Hinton and Hennessy, I don't know if they've played together before. That could have been an element of it, but either way, you could see a distinct difference. Ron went out. And quite candidly, I honestly felt like that was the game. What's funny? Real quick, what's funny, T, is that when you lose linemen, what's the best way to get them comfortable in the line? Run the ball.
And if you had Tyler, Tyler wasn't injured. Bijan wasn't injured. That's why I think the whole time when you're watching the game, you're going, what are you guys doing? But go ahead.
Right.
I'm sorry.
No worries. All good. So, guys, we're at the section of the show. Let's talk about takeaways, right? So my takeaway from that game is, kind of like what CDouble said. I really don't want to see that backup guard ever again in life. I'm gonna restate what he said. And I don't know. Maybe it was a bad debut. We all can have a bad day, but it just seemed like as soon as he came in. I don't know if you guys ever watched like Charlie Brown, but remember when Pigpen? Right. Yeah. Remember that dirty cloud that would follow him? It felt like that dirty cloud just came onto the field and everything. I mean, that's what it felt like. I could be wrong.
The ball's on the ground and he's just dancing to himself.
Yeah, it was bad, man. It was bad. Next thing, Falcons will have to keep their composure if they're in this situation again, because again, guys, this could happen again, and you got to be able to maintain. And then the defense can't make a mistake like that. We can never again have that. Like again, it might have been 3 or 4. I don't know how much time it was, but it was 4th down, right? So if you stop, was it 3rd or 4th? It could have been 3rd. Either way, if you stop them, it's no more than a field goal. There is no excuse for that to happen, and that can't happen again. That's just my takeaway. That's how I feel about it. We can move forward to, the Bucks. Oh, my God, that's an ugly slide. Okay. Lisa normally does the slides, guys, so forgive me because that's ugly. But anyway, and I'm laughing because I see Lisa's face, and I know she's thinking. I know right now the thought in her mind is like, what the hell was he thinking when he did
Did you put him in Bucks colors, though? Why these?
No, I tried to do red, but it wouldn't.
It looked like Thanksgiving colors.
I was about to say, is this the Cleveland Browns we're playing? Because that's what I'm seeing,
like
bro.
Fall. It does. I know, guy. I know.
Look like fall colors.
Next, Lisa normally will correct my work because she's than I am, but I couldn't get it to her, so it's on me. All right, so we got to get this. Is how I feel about going forward, and you guys can jump in whenever you like it. I feel like we got to get a lead on the Bucks in the first half and keep it. And the reason I feel that way is because they are a wounded animal. And I'm being metaphorical. I'm not calling them animals. They are a wounded animal backed up against the wall. You cannot let your foot off their neck. You got to come in there like a banshee. You got to grab a lead, at least a 2-possession, 3-possession lead, and keep it throughout the game. These guys are going to be on the who ride. They got 2 receivers that are down. You cannot imagine the unholy hell they've taken this week for having that guy in there with a minute left. And I think that's just something for the press to talk about, because honestly, you play to win the game. They're 10 points down. They're trying to come back. You're goddamn right. I'm gonna have them in there trying to make a play. I mean, it's not like they're down by 30 with 2 minutes left. I could see that. They're down by 10 points. If they score a touchdown there and kick an onside kick and get it back, which they had just done, guess what? They got a chance to tie the game. So that's absolutely the right call. But anyway, sometimes the media just wants something to talk about. It is. But I'm sure they're so sick of hearing it, they're going to come out ready to go. So we can't go in there BS, and we can't go in there complacent. We can't go in there with a lack of intensity. We got to go in there focused. We got to go in there with fire, and we got to go in there ready to go. That's how I feel about it. I'm going to open it up. Lisa, how you feeling about it? How do you feel about this week's upcoming game?
I mean, it's a divisional matchup. So, I mean, that's always important. I mean, that's first and foremost. And, Tampa Bay, they're still mad of that OT loss on Thursday Night Football. So I feel like it's going to be a couple of things. They're going to want to play for Evans and Godwin. So they're going to come out hot. And I just hope we're ready. Baker's going to be Baker, meaning he's going to do some mobile things. So I just hope, that our defense is ready. But more importantly, I kind of feel like that amazing game that we had against Tampa Bay, with Kirk having those 509 passing yards. I'm kind of considering that an outlier performance, as well as our Seattle game, where we just didn't do anything. So I'm kind of, how they say, you throw away your absolute best and your absolute worst, and you kind of focus on what's in the middle. Yeah. So
that's a good point.
I'm feeling like, but yeah, whatever they did last week in the Benz, they cannot replicate that in Tampa Bay. We need to, walk into their trap, take over their trap. That's the fans and the players, and really just. Whatever that was last Sunday, they have to be prepared. They have to be ready. And I hope that, the coaches are ready as well. You know what I'm saying? I did see the post-game presser with Bates, and, he took accountability for the defense not playing well. And he basically said, that he expects for us to play better. We have to play better. Yeah. I mean, we have to. Again, keep your neck on the NFC South. I honestly would love to sweep the division. I personally would love that.
It's to your point, Lisa. It's there. The Bucks are down 2 receivers. The Saints are down everybody. Jesus left, right?
They called me to see if I could play. I told them I ain't got that many throws in my arm, so you done.
And the Panthers are dog doo-doo. So we got a shot, guys. We can do this, right? But it starts
with the Bucks,
right?
And who I feel is our toughest opponent this season in the NFC South. So we take care of the Bucks. I feel very confident against our chances versus the Aints in Carolina. So
yeah. I mean, the Saints are. If we're being real, when I look at the Saints, when I looked at them play this game, I don't know if you guys remember Desert Storm. Where like the insurgents were like, please, we don't want to fight here. We will give you our weapons. Just like that's literally what they were doing. Like, it wasn't a fight. You got the United States going there with these big 10-gallon drums, and they got pellet guns. Like we don't want to fight. Yeah, you can. Have it. Okay, there's the oil. That's what the Saints did last week. So. The Saints should be no competition. The Panthers are terrible. They are terrible. They are a guaranteed first-round pick.
Look, Bryce Young's family just trying to run over Andy Dalton's family. So come on now.
What? Terry, they just got a wide receiver there, and he asked for a trade already.
They're terrible. They're terrible. Like they're like. Bro, they're like old school bad, right? So I don't know if y'all remember, like back in, and maybe y'all don't. Back in the day, I think I'm the oldest one on this panel. Back in the day, or at least I'm the oldest looking. Back in the day, like when you sucked.
Right.
There were years Like in the 70s, the Falcons sucked for years, right?
Mhm.
They old school suck. Like they're gonna be
Mhm.
bad this year. They're gonna suck next year. They're gonna suck. Like they perpetually suck. They're just awful. They're so bad. Like if you lose to them, I don't even know, man. Like you're
Somebody
really
gonna get fired.
I
But
mean, they're just, as the young folks say, they're toxic, man. They're bad. So it's there for us. Is my point. It's
Right.
there
I feel like we beat the Bucks. We definitely gonna outrun the South.
without
And
a
that
doubt.
was our first goal, win the division.
what?
So
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. We got to clean some stuff up. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You about to say something?
I feel like we need to go to Tampa Bay and hit them in the mouth with a sledgehammer. I mean, we need to be on Baker Mayfield. Like, you know what? You're not going to be dancing. You're not going to be doing nothing. You finna foot to ass today. Still my friend.
Oh wow.
We need to hit Baker Mayfield like it's going out. Like in 1999. We need to hit him so hard he be like, holy shit.
Damn.
What did the 5 fingers say to the hey?
With the baby power. I mean,
Oh no. The only thing that went right on Sunday was the trades came early.
damn.
I'm sorry. That was funny. I didn't mean to cut you off. That was funny. I'm sorry. That was funny, 3:30. All right, go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry. My bad.
No, but this should be a statement game for us.
Yeah.
They injured. We need to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
We
man.
and I pray to God our defensive line get to Baker Mayfield. Make him feel uncomfortable.
Agreed. So,
did
guys,
we have any sacks in our first matchup against them, or did we just have one?
I think we just had one.
No, I don't think we had any.
I don't know that we had anything at first.
I'm looking it up.
I don't know that we did.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, we need some sacks, man. We're definitely gonna need.
We still had the best Thursday night game. I don't care what anyone said.
Yeah.
Oh, great! It's a classic.
That was amazing. That game was a movie. It was amazing.
It really was. You cannot. Thank you, Lisa. I wish you had been on the show afterwards because you're speaking what I was saying. Like I can't make this up. Like oh my god. Anyway, go ahead, CDouble.
One sack. David Onyemata had 1 sack.
Okay.
So that made it sound. That sounded about right. All right. So look. Jesus. All right. Yeah, we need to outrun the South. I'm down with that. All right. I totally am. I need to see an aggression off the Falcons, as in, I don't give a damn who you are. We played like shit. We didn't play our game. Sorry, Pastor, but look, me and churches, man. The only time I went to church was Church's Chicken after me and my pastor had a falling out. All right, so look, my thing is this: after watching the game, it's like this, Rob. It's not us against you. We want to be on this team. We want to be a part of this. You got Falcon fans going to every away game. All right. You got Falcon fans spending money, wanting to make sure. You got all these podcasts that want to talk about y'all. So don't be coming in here and acting like we're the dumbest rocks in the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
What we have to do is this: run the ball, hit them on the play action, get Pitts involved, get Drake involved, but most important, keep the ball safe. Third down, you need to, if you're on offense, stay on the field. If you're on defense, get off the field. I don't care. Get the quarterback down. I want Baker to have his jersey and everything all stained up with grass, okay? I want to make sure he's got grass clippings in his helmet, okay? And him just, looking like Keanu Reeves from The Replacements. He's got that big old patch in his hair, in his mask. All right? So, and they ain't singing Staying Alive because most of that team's on the IR. But the thing is, man.
They sang, what was the other one? I will survive.
I will survive. Yeah, I will survive. I will survive. Yeah. Oh, there's nothing more to that. Yeah. Anyway, so and also our defense
tonight, CDouble. Oh man, that's two. We're gonna have to book them.
I mean, hold on. You got Jack Spade, doing all these trips and talking about DJ. I mean, he could just holler at me, but I'm just,
I might have to
just
get him
here going holla. But
get him to do that. Go ahead.
Yeah. As long as I got Wi-Fi, we good. All right. So my main thing is this: attack the football. Do not let Baker get comfortable with these receivers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bring the corners up. If you get burned, you're going to get burned. But come on. If anything, you're a defensive coach. You should know, hey, I could have this guy play this guy. I can have this go here. We can afford, because they are not the same caliber as this team. But we got to set a tone. And I need my linebackers to start laying some wood.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone on that defense. Because right now, we're talking about getting someone to replace one of y'all. Okay? So if you want to stay on the team and make the team look better, you got to pick up your play. All right? You got to start. I'm talking defensive line. I'm talking, look, defensive tackles, Aroro, Dorless, start eating some hoagies on the way to the game together. All right? I want y'all looking like you ready to take up that whole middle of the field and collapse the pocket. So that's what I got to say about that.
All right, guys. How we feeling about Jimmy Lake not changing? Jimmy Lake saying, look, I'm doubling down. I ain't changing nothing. I'm not changing nothing, Ron. CDouble, I don't care that mess you're talking. Lisa Shepard, I ain't changing nothing.
I'm sorry. I just gave out my number one opinion.
Well,
how y'all feeling about Jimmy? How y'all feeling about Jimmy?
Give me a garbage bag.
I'll be right back.
Give me anybody? Do y'all got one of those garbage bags that get to a player when he get cut? Anybody? Do y'all got one?
Yeah, I don't. You know what? I got a few over there. I got some contractor
All
bags.
Yo, you give me one though. I go in the locker room or his office or whatever was his office. I'll be like, well, player, I don't know where you going, but you gotta get the F out here, player. You think we just playing with you? Give me that garbage bag. Throw his book in the garbage, everything. Maybe throw him in the garbage with it.
Wow.
And roll him out.
Wow.
So
if you look at how this defense built, if we play our game, we'd beat any team in the NFL.
I agree. Even with Jimmy Lake's defense, we can do that. I agree. Right.
But he got to make a few tune-ups.
Okay, so he doesn't have to change it totally. He's just got to make some adjustments.
That's what I was going to say.
And go ahead.
I feel like sometimes when, these coaches, are in these pressers and they're just staunch in their statements, I think it would have gone over better had he said, I'm willing to make adjustments as needed throughout the game. Don't just stick with something because that's what you've declared as your scheme. If it's not working, then it's not working. And are you willing to, we started off, good so far, but like I said, that 4-4 is going to feel real funny, you know what I'm saying, versus, the other way. So I just hope, as the game develops and if he needs to make adjustments, that he's willing to do so. That's all I'm saying.
Lisa, you're on fire. You're on fire. Would you like to know why you're on fire, Lisa?
Yes.
Because that's my next slide is win or lose. Where do we go from here? And you were like, that 4-4 is going to look funny. So I'm excited because it's like Lisa read my mind. I didn't know Lisa was one of the X-Men, but apparently she can read minds. So,
well, hold on. I need to go back to Jimmy. You gotta give me Jimmy. Just let me go back to Jimmy.
What?
No, give me back Jimmy. You gave me that, and I had to walk away. So now I need Jimmy. Here's what I'm saying. First of all, Jimmy, your breath smells like Similac. All right. First of all, you are a rookie behind all this. You've never been a defensive coordinator. I don't want to hear you folding your arms and saying, "We will not change anything. We are the Falcons defense." Hey, Jimmy, old man Rivers just ran by you. We'll catch up to him later. That's your problem. So, look, Andy, I want to be Opie. All right, you got Sam. I look like a Lego head Donald policeman gonna run on you. You got Daniel Jones, who still ain't scored at home, gonna run on you. I need you to just tweak the dang defense. You get out at the 3-4. Dude, if you just go 4-3, you're not. I don't understand how coaches can keep going and saying, well, we could run this style of defense. Well, okay, where's the big tackle? We don't need that. Where's the big pass? We don't need that. We got Judon. Man, Judon, I'm praying for you, brother. But now we can go to the next slide.
Well, okay. Wow. Okay. All right.
Well,
I'm glad you got that off your chest, C-Dub. So
I mean that just kind of that slide kind of just made me aggravated. I was like, dude,
I triggered you. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
he says similar.
You know what? I did not know what he was gonna say. I'm so glad he said similar. We love you.
He said similar.
Falcons, we love you. Okay. There you go.
Wet behind the ears, breath smell like Similac.
We're not talking about anybody's. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
No. I'm keeping it professional.
No, understood. So, guys, and in all seriousness, this is important. This is an important game.
Yeah.
Because even though it's one game, it could mean the difference between two universes. The first universe, we win the game, and we essentially have the NFC South under our thumb, and it's completely on us. The next scenario is we lose. We lose to a team with two backup receivers. Ladarius is in the chat.
LD.
Ladarius, let me know if you want to join. If you want to join, Ladarius, let us know. We got you. If we lose this game, guys, we are talking about a 4-4 team. We're talking about losing to a Tampa Bay team with two backup receivers, and I know at least one of their running backs down, injuries all up and through that lineup. If we lose this game, guys, what are your thoughts going forward? Like, if we lose this game, are we even still considered a playoff team if we can't beat a Tampa Bay team with one arm tied behind their back? Like, and I'll open it up to you, Ron. If we lose this game, what does that mean for this team, and how are you feeling about it?
If we lose the game, Raheem might lose the whole team. Mentally.
Okay.
I think that we checked out for the season on Raheem Morris.
You think so?
Because 50% football is a mentally sport. And Raheem, you saying all the good but you're not doing nothing. You know, Jimmy Lake, your homeboy or whatever you call him, you know he trash at a defensive coordinator, and you're not trying to do nothing about it. As a head coach, mentally, the team will check out on Raheem Morris.
All right. C-Dub, if we lose this game, number one, how you feeling? And number two, are we even still a playoff game? playoff team. Sorry.
All right. Well, this is how I'm feeling. In some parts you would say vindication because what you're seeing, and you're going, if we keep going this route, we're not going to fool people. But the other part is, man, I go back to what Lisa said earlier, or what we've all kind of said in one way or another. All the goodwill that you were building up, you screw around and don't take this game seriously. Look, we will give you a mulligan for the Seahawks game. We already forgave you for the Pittsburgh game. But now let me also bring up another point. 2 and 3 on home games. Don't do this to the Falcon fan base. Those Falcon fans, Lisa included, everyone that goes to these games, I'm always watching, seeing who's there or not. Y'all are going to these games. Y'all are providing that atmosphere. Don't do it to them. They want to see wins, okay? Or at least effort. Don't show up thinking you just got this game in the bag and now you're going to get your brains beaten, all right? Don't do that to us, all right? But how I'd feel would be, like I said, part justified, but the other part just sad because I'm going, I want to be proven wrong. I want to be proven that this team can be different, that maybe Raheem is the guy. But if I'm seeing Jimmy Lake doing the same stuff, if I'm seeing Zach doing the same stuff and Ra letting them, I got to ask, who's really in charge here? Who's the guy, who's the buck stops with me? And Ra, it's great to be everyone's friend. But there's a time where you have to look at somebody and go, hey, player, as Ron would say, hey, player, I love my money. Get the hell out of my office. I mean, and if, don't worry about the fans because you know what? Fans will give you a chance. But those players, if you take this game for granted again, those players are going to have a problem. And you're going to probably hear some very disgruntled players if we're losing this game. Okay.
Lisa, how you feeling about it?
You said me?
Yep.
I was just looking at our schedule again. So before the bye, we have the Bucks, Cowboys, Saints, and Broncos. So we have two divisional matchups before our bye. We have to take care of business. Again, starting with the Bucks, primarily because they're injured, with their wide receiver core is decimated. So I obviously believe the Cowboys are beatable. Obviously believe the Aints are beatable. And of course I want us to beat the Broncos, Sean Payton. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just hoping that Seattle game was a one-time outlier, that we get back on track. And, and the thing that gives me hope is kind of hope with a little bit of reservation. Through 7 games, we haven't had a complete game yet. We haven't had all 3 phases clicking yet. And yet we were able to squeak out, wins. So I'm hoping that, the Seattle game aside, that we come back together and truly put together a game where everybody plays well. And then that gives us momentum, going into our bye week. Like I said, we got the Bucks and the Aints after we play the Cowboys. I mean, I'm hoping we get four straight wins. I mean, honestly, but got to start with the Bucks. And again, it's all about effort and how the team plays. I think we all were disappointed. I feel like week 1, the expectations were so high, and you talk about coming out play. I don't know what there was in week 1.
Yeah.
That
was preseason.
It was just we did not wait all off season for this because the offensive production was not there. Yeah. So to say that, I'm not quite sure why it's taken us so long to kind of put together a complete game, but we haven't put one together yet. So my hope is, after that Seattle debacle, that we kind of get ourselves together and truly have a complete game all the way around.
Yeah.
Agreed. I agree with the panel. You have to win this game. There will be and I'm not just talking about us, right? Present company excluded because Lisa is my friend. The media can be vipers, okay? And if you go down to Tampa Bay and lose to that team with 2 backup receivers in there, ooh wee, woo,
Don't you go embarrassing me.
What?
Because you know, some of our opposing fan bases, they were calling us frauds, and they keep saying the real Falcons are going to show up and we're going to have a midseason collapse. I would love for that narrative not to come.
I would love for it too.
Yeah,
I would love for Stephen A. Smith to say one good thing about us.
Ron. No. Stephen A. Smith is the curse. If he's talking good about your team's going to lose. I'm telling you. Look what happened to Aaron Rodgers. He ain't been the same since Stephen A. said, I love me that bad man, because he's been playing bad football.
Well, I mean, the Cowboys suck, and he's pretty much hated them throughout his existence.
Oh,
so
you know, deep down he loves the Cowboys. Him and Pops. They're all like, Jerry Jones, he's our friend. What a friend in Jerry.
Yeah, we got to win this game. You know what I mean?
Yes.
About it. This is a must-have, and again, quite candidly, you don't want to be around for that press conference if you lose this game. It's going to be bad.
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
Because skip the press conference.
You can't do that, right? And you can't.
Hold on. Yes, I know, but there's sometimes I would not be surprised if a coach went, F this shit, I'm out. Gotta go.
You can't do that, but we have to have this on so many levels. Number one, it's important that after that performance, we see a good performance to restore our confidence in this. Guys, we're gonna have William Amy on. Give me one sec. William, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Hey, Will.
What's going on?
What's up, William?
What's up? I ain't gonna be that long though, man.
What you got? What you got, William?
I think he's coming on.
He's on. I can't hear him. William, are you there?
It looks like he's frozen. But real quick, y'all, it's my Spellhouse homecoming, so I'm gonna slide out. So it was great chat with y'all, and let's hope we get a dub on Sunday. And I'll be in touch, okay?
Lisa, Lisa, tell them where they can find you. Tell them blog and dirty.
Come on, Will.
About yourself, Lisa.
Does he need to go out and come back in?
No, I ain't gonna be alone.
Oh, you're here? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be alone. I'm at work, so I ain't gonna be alone. But man, moving forward, we can't take none of our opponents lightly. And Raheem Morris did that.
Agreed. Yeah, no, we can't take them lightly.
Seattle Seahawks, they'll come off a 3 Music Street, but there's no excuse for us. The only games I said the track game is Dallas Cowboys, because they trying to get some of these players healthy, and Denver Broncos, and they got some good pass rushers. So Zach Robinson, I hope you listen to this. Please use Tyler and Robinson to help the run game to take pressure off Kirk Cousins. Then the play action come in. And Kirk Cousins uses a veteran. Sometimes the character throws, you can't do that, man. You take the sack 11 over down. I understand you want to get the ball to your receivers, but you got to learn how to take the sack or throw the ball away. It's fundamental football, but moving forward, man, if Justin Simmons can't play Richie Grant, it's a chance to shine and trying to look up for that contract and trying to hopefully next season and next year you'll have a team to go to, but it's your time to shine, man. That's all I got to see fellas moving forward, man. We just got to be consistent on all 3 phases of the game. Raheem Morris, you got to change that zone 3 coverage to zone 3 to something like that, because it's on you. So I'm not saying it's Jimmy Lake. It's on Raheem Morris. He picked the hardest players he wanted. And this offseason he should have got the players that he really wants for this team. So that's all I got to say, y'all. I'll be in the back listening channel.
All right. Hey,
Will.
for joining.
Dallas game, though. Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Thanks, William. We appreciate you for joining, man.
Yes,
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Hey, yeah. Love Will. I love Will regardless, man. That man showed up from Savannah to come to Stockbridge to hang with us. That was wild.
He did. He drove a long way, too. And I think he had just left some sort of function or whatever. So we did a 2 for that day. So shout out to William. We really appreciate you joining. Just appreciate you obviously being on the show, man.
Ladarius, what's up? Oh, can you highlight the comment that Ladarius made? I actually wanted to read.
Is this your friend Ladarius? Is this your?
Yeah, this is my co-host. Yes,
I invited him.
Bearded Wonder.
Yo, man, tell him if he wants to join the show, he can hop on.
Hey, Ladarius, man, if you're seeing it, and I know that Terry just put the link in, man. If you want to join in, come on in. The water's fine. So a loss here isn't the end of the world for the NFC wild card. Will be interesting, but the NFC wild card will be interesting. And I honestly, it's like this. I think the loss would be more impactful on the psyche of the Falcon fans as well as the Falcons. But in reality, it's not that bad because, yes, then you're just lumped into the crew. You're lumped into, okay, we just need to make sure we can hang with, in there to go against the other guys,
All right.
So let's see here. I'm trying to get a hold of Darius because he's there. Okay. Gotta go back to that.
When the last time we felt the Bucks?
I don't remember, honestly, Ron. I thought we didn't do it. Did we do it in 2017? Maybe, I don't know.
Sure. We didn't do it in 2016 because they beat us that first game.
Right.
No, I remember that one.
I don't know if 17 or not.
I think we put up 40 points on them one game.
I think that was 2017 in their house.
Right. But we need this win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. Look, I'm not saying it'll be as bad as 28-3, but you don't want to see the hailstorm that's going to come down if you go in there against a very depleted Tampa Bay team and lose.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't even want to live in that reality.
Well, yeah.
Alternate reality. Let's go in there and take care of business, win, and then guess what? You're 5-3. You got the world at your feet, and you just keep it going. So
you don't want to. It's like this. You did such an amazing job winning those 3 NFC games, the South games.
Yep.
The Bucks, the Saints, and the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give it right back. And it's like, and everyone's like, well, but you can still beat the Saints and the Panthers, but you don't know if you beat the Bucks at their lowest. Now that's a trampoline spot. That's now you could leap onto and go from there.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt about it. Well, gentlemen, we are at the point in the show where we're just going to take care of our shout outs. So, Ron, as our guest, let our chat fans, really our chat family, I'm not going to say fans, our chat family, our chamily, let our chamily know where they can find you.
You can find me on Talk Your Ish. Come on Tuesday nights around 8 o'clock. You can find me on the eye test. Wednesday?
Wednesday is our eye test. Wednesday's your eye test. The Tuesday's your beer test.
Right. Pops and the Hemi brothers on Thursday nights. Between 8 o'clock and 11.
Or whenever Pops lets us leave because of the fact that, he starts talking Dallas Cowboys, man. We can't ever get out.
Right. And you can find me on the Waffle House Friday nights.
Damn. You are like a celebrity, sir.
I told you. This man's got it's like in Living Color. That family, they were like, I got 50 jobs. That's wrong.
Yeah, really. What's that, like 5 or 6 regular shows?
If Ron's not on the show, his wife's looking at him going, what the hell's you doing here?
Right, she do that. She be like, you know what today is? What today is? Shit. I gotta be on the eye test or Talk Your Ish the Waffle House, but I just be trying to keep myself busy.
Oh, that's good. Hey, that's
No, that's great.
They say an idle mind is the devil's workshop, so it's good that you do that, brother Ron. And hey, man, uh, enjoy being on the show with you, man. I always enjoy podcasting with you, and like I say, man, the invitation is I'm halfway to just inviting you like to join the show, but you got so many. I kind of feel guilty about doing it, so I'm gonna leave that up to you. Like,
Hold
you
on.
know,
I told C Doug, I said, anytime y'all need me, I'm there. I'm
all right,
here.
all right.
And look, I'm going to tell you when you said, "Hey, I'm going to do this on my own." I'm like, dude, no, I got Ron on the line. He'll do it with you. And not
Right.
just that, I was able to get done with my stuff and got here in time.
That's what's up, man. That was up. I definitely appreciate that, Ron. Ron, we are glad to have you, man. And in all seriousness, man, you know, careful what you ask for, because you might be on here every Friday. Because I'm just saying,
Hey,
so we definitely
I
appreciate
want to.
definitely
To
appreciate
get away from what I'm dealing with, I need it. I need it.
Gotcha. Well, hey, man, we're here every Friday night, man. So definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's funny because I thought I was doing a lot. I think I'm on typically 3 shows for the most part. It's mine one time for the fan, and then C-Dub's on Tuesday. And I thought I was doing it, but man, you got me beat, Ron. You out here like you need your own publicist. You need somebody answering the phone like, "Hello, yeah, Ron can't."
Excuse me. That's kind of what I do.
Uh,
You already buffing me out again. I see how you is, Terry.
Did say that. You said that the first time he was on.
Yeah, I tell Ron, all right, Ron, we got this to do. We got this to do. Can you make mine?
I'll be like, come on with it.
He probably needs a manager at this point. I mean, bro, let me tell you something. It's a 3-car circus over here with the 3 shows I'm on. Like, what am I on? I don't know. What am I doing? Which way? What am I going? Who am I talking to now? Who's the guest? Oh, wait, let's go. Oh, shit, who we having on? I can't imagine doing that for 5 shows and still working a job. Are you kidding me? No.
What makes it easy for us is more of the following. If like the shows that we run, we make sure we're running maybe 1 or 2 that we have to work. But the other shows, we just show up and we're just talking with you. That's just easy.
Right. We just they'll be like, you know what? It is what it is.
You know, it's like this. We don't have a place that all of us can just show up and hang out together. So this is our hangout spot.
What?
Okay. Well, hey, I'm definitely glad I got you guys to hang out with. I appreciate you. I really do.
No problem, brother.
C-Dub, tell them where they can find you, buddy.
I'm home. That's where you can find. I'm at 722 Russell. Oh God, my bad.
Don't you? I don't want.
I gotta take that signal down.
Hey, I don't want Mrs. C-Dub looking. Hey, let me find that damn TWill.
What?
Out there, I don't want to.
I don't want that on my conscience. What's up, Winston? By the way, I gotta give a big shout out to the eye test. Celebrated 1 year already on Facebook and YouTube for doing the shows. Winston Thornton and John Harris done a fabulous job. And honestly, if it wasn't for them, me and Ron probably would maybe just be doing 2 shows. So, we just want to thank them so much. They've been a big help to us, I know, Ron as well as me. So much love to Winston as well as John Harris. Big way to find me, well, besides the eye test or Talk Your Ish or 4MyATLSport1. I had to, the numbers always throws me off. It's like I don't want to forget the numbers. But or Terry's channel on Fridays, or on my channel CDouble28 that I'm using mine to kind of broadcast this too. You can find me on CDouble28 on YouTube. You can find me on at CDouble AWTN on Twitter. Someone calls it X, but I don't believe in that. And quite honestly, I don't trust a man that wants to have robots and ugly ass Tesla cars. So anyway, so it's Twitter in my heart. And just also want to say a big what's up and a big shout out to my boy Ron. been through some heavy shit, but bro, we're here for you. We love you, and we find ways to get you because we know what's going on. So just letting you know we love you, and I'm glad that you were able to make it today. And anybody also want to give a shout out to someone I know. Her name is Miss Lisa. I'm just going to say that because I don't know if she would want me to say it, but she's battling cancer. She's had her second round of chemo, so she's in strong spirits. But just keeping a prayer for her too.
Life Facebook.
Huh?
I think I'm friends with Lisa. I think I'm friends with Lisa.
Lisa, yeah. So she's a wonderful woman. She really is. She
really is.
She works over here at the Waffle House at the time, and yeah, she is a sweetheart. And but yeah, she's but she's one of those that's kind of touched our heart, and we just wish we could do more. But also, look, guys, this game is coming, and look, for fans that are mad at us for giving our opinions, well, that's what we're going to do. I mean, get over it. I'm not, my opinion may not be the same as Ron's or Terry's. I mean, I may be aggravated with hearing people complain about Tyler Algier, but Tyler Algier is, Paul's 20 for not joining.
All good,
Ladarius, anytime, bro, you want to come on in, man, you come on into the show because I'm telling you guys, another shout out goes to my boy Ladarius. Ladarius _ Brown on, I want to say TikTok, or I know TikTok and Instagram and X, but one of those has a 2 underscore. I want to say that's IG. So check him out. He does a lot of previews for football games as well as the women's basketball or women's sports. He does a lot of good interviews. Just check him out, man. The guy, he's very knowledgeable, very smart. And I love his comic timing because he makes me laugh all the time. When we're talking wrestling, sports, it don't matter. So I just, I love my crew. Ron is one of them. Terry, you're one. And, being around Ladarius, I've just enjoyed everyone's company, and it really helps out, especially when you're going through a hard time mentally. So if you're having mental problems or feeling depressed, man, lean on some folks, talk to them. Don't hide it in. That's just only going to eat you alive. And have fun and enjoy this life. We only got one to live.
What?
I thought you were going to say you had 99 problems, but anyway, sorry. Anyway.
Well, look. Let's see how we're doing. Let's see how we do Sunday. If we lose, it's going to be all. I'm going to look like Samuel L. Jackson from the Pelican Brief. I'm going to have that white tank top giving you that look. CW, all right? Oh, yeah. I'm going to shoot them all.
No, we don't want to do that. All right. Well, hey, everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to give us your time, your attention. We definitely appreciate you. Definitely sending out love. Hey, love to the Atlanta Falcons. We love y'all. We do this show because we love our Atlanta Falcons, and we just want you guys to do well, and we just want to, kick some and win a Super Bowl, and that's all we're trying to do. So, hey, anything else? Hey, guys, we love the Falcons. Fans in the chat. Excuse me, fans in the chat. We love you guys as well. You can see me at One Time for the Fan, typically Sundays, Wednesdays at 8 p.m., Fridays at 9 a.m. ish. You can see me here at 4MyATLSport1, typically around 7:30, but we went a little earlier tonight because of the Hawks game, and it doesn't look like it mattered anyway because it's 8:45. But anyway,
you 62 to 58 Hawks.
Yeah, you can also see me on the Beard Gang. I think I can say that now.
Yeah. You're
my honorary Beard Gang member.
Yes. It's if anything, I'm going to learn how to get these filters up that whoever doesn't have a beard automatically gets a beard. Yeah. Whoever can show me how to do it, I'm doing it.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. Like, if I let this full thing grow, man, I look homeless. I swear to God, people come up to me.
My wife told me this morning. She like, "Hey, you gotta get your cut ASAP." I said, "All right."
No, really.
Nope.
I have people walking up. I'm praying for you, brother. It's gonna be all right. No, gonna be all
Hold
right.
on.
That's why I
No,
be like,
it's really
you gotta
bad.
get
If,
that.
no, it's really bad if they walk up to you, give you a couple of bucks, and go, "Man, I hope this helps you." You're like, "What the hell?"
Hey,
And then you go, "Whoa, this is a $20 bill. Thanks.
if
We go get some McDonald's."
bro, if I let this thing grow out, I'm telling you, I got to keep it a goatee. But anyway, fellas, hey, topping it up with you guys. Thank you guys for joining the show. As always, we're here every Friday. And typically Sunday. If not Sunday, then Monday. It's usually if one time for the fan has a show, which they typically don't, because Jack is at all the games.
Yeah, and Jack's there. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Jack! Whenever your day is.
Right.
Scorpio season. I'm a fellow
Yep.
Scorpio. Jack's birthday is tomorrow. Hey, Jack, I appreciate you, man. You've been my mentor and friend. You got me in this business. You and my brother, Eric Parker. Love you to life, brother. Appreciate you. And happy birthday, man. Turn up.
Happy birthday, Jack.
Turn up, Jack. Turn up.
Don't become a towel. Don't become a Florida man, Jack. All right,
Not-
we're telling you right now. Don't become a Florida man.
Not
Don't be
too much.
walking around with just a towel. Be like, "What's up? I own this place."
No, Jack, don't do that. Anyway, hey guys, we'll see you Sunday, hopefully after a Falcons victory. Gentlemen, thank you for gracing the screen. As always, it's an honor, a pleasure, and you guys be great. Thank you.
Thanks. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Did we end the broadcast? Yeah. I'm gonna hit the. Yep. Let's leave.